And the last one out of this great box that I had is progressive manufacturing uncertainty while blazing a trail to success. Can you read it? Boom. By yeah, right. Soli J Engineer. That's really his name is Engineer. That's funny. Section 1. People. Where's section 2? Products and services. Section 3. Process. Section 4. The future. And that's about it. So what we got under chapter 1 is the biggest hurdle, leadership and teamwork, organization, my 5 C's. All right, well, there we go. I want to hear what are his 5. Let me get more comfortable. Excuse me. Let's see what are his 5 C's that he is talking about. He has care, comprehension, commitment, communication, common sense, and conclusion. No. Yeah, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Conclusion doesn't count, even though conclusion is a C. That's why I had to recount. I'm a little slow sometimes. All right, so let's check them out. 4, D1. All right, my 5 C's. Right, if you don't have passion, change. I like that. If you don't have passion, then change. Because whatever you do, you have to have passion for it. Like going through 100 books in a weekend. That you gotta have passion for it. Because if not, there's no possible way you're gonna talk this much into a camera. I'll tell you that. So we got, what is this TLC? Tender loving care. All right, this require okay. Regardless of magnitude, in order for any project to be successful, there is no substitute for proper planning, organization, and implementation from the very start. This requires a significant amount of passion, discipline, and TLC. In fact, it requires TLC: tender, loving care, comprehension, commitment, communication, and common sense. Right? You see how he TLC and then C is 5 C's that he's talking about, right? It was that was neat how he did that. All right, and like I said, I'll gonna go more in depth in the essay, so look forward to the essay and after class. Care. It's obvious that if we want to succeed at anything, we have to care, right? I mean, that's obvious. He goes through caring about work and caring about people. One way to show that you care, so he kind of goes into it. Comprehension. Without a doubt, it always helps to understand why we do the things we do and the consequences of our actions or inactions. The very often, though, the very real answers to why we perform certain tasks are not intuitively obvious. Ooh, that's it. Who is this person? Soli J Engineer. I'm progressive manufacturing. I like it. I'm liking this. Very often, though. Okay, no. A reasonably well advertised approach I attribute to the Toyota production is that work well and experience is called the 5 Whys. It's also the Kaizen. If you, I'm glad he said that because I have a class. If you want to accomplish any goal, right, like any task, then take my class. It's a great class. If you wonder how I can get things done, how I like it, then take the class and it explains it. But I'm glad he kind of brought it up. Side note. Let's see what else you have. Comprehension, commitment, right? I mean that's kind of what I'm doing right now. You have to commit into what you're going to do, right? So perhaps 2 of the most misused and misinterpreted statements are "I'll try" and I'll do my best. Of course, I'll try my best covers it all. We use those terms not just in our business lives, but in our personal lives too. Before you are tempted to call me an insensitive, unrealistic hardhead, let me explain. In certain situations, the goal or objective is not always readily achievable. This also applies to the route one may have to take to achieve such an objective. I like that, dude. This, without even knowing, me and him get along quite well without even knowing it. Right? Commitment. Right? If you read my book, right, I'll try and I'll do my best. You'll understand that that's just horse shit. Excuse my friends. Communication. Okay, yeah, I still got a little bit. Da, 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 da. Yeah, let's go to common sense. Communication. Well, no. Okay, we have to, because communication is. Let's see what he has to say about communication. Okay. In the 80s, when I was working with a very large company, I had the privilege of attending a series of lectures by one of the masters of transactional analysis, Abe Wagner. The one thing that has stayed with me from those lectures is the cliche that Ab used: say it straight, or you'll show it crooked. Okay, let me think about that. Say it straight, or you'll show it crooked. Okay, and I have to, okay, the little cliche struck a chord in me, and I have used it in my dealings with people in my business and life and personal. How often are people reluctant to say what's really on their minds? Quite often. This is true at work and home. Most people have worked for a manager who did not approve of the work habits of one of their direct reports, but did not feel comfortable having. Okay, one manager may avoid the person. Employees. All right. Uh, basically it's. I mean, it does make sense. Let's say it again. Say it straight, or you show it crooked. So even he kind of goes down like. Of course, when I go in more depth, I'll go in more depth. But what he's kind of talking about right here is honest thoughts and opinions must be conveyed in a professional manner. In the medical profession, for example, this is what separates good doctors from good medical technicians: their bedside manner. And in the home front, look at the number of marriages that end up in divorce because the husband and wife cannot effectively voice their thoughts and feelings. And that's very true. So in business and life and anything, communication is the key, like I was saying. So I agree with what he's saying. I'm interested to kind of see what more common sense, right? I got like 30 seconds, a minute before I got to shut off. So the best piece of advice pertaining to common sense is to use it. But the thing with, I'm not, sometimes we get so wrapped up in what we're doing that we forget to check if the results we arrive to are reasonable. Time and time again, I have witnessed individuals using a mathematical formula, a forecasting algorithm, or a software package to help them solve problems and accept the answers as gospel. Answers must be checked for reasonableness. They must pass the smell test. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. So you have, like, in everything, you have to. Yeah, I like the way he thinks. I really do. I like the way he thinks. This will be a good one, good chapter to read. Very interesting. I hope you guys got a little bit out of it. Just a little brief display of what I said, and look forward to box number 3. No, 4. We're in box number 4, baby. Yeah.